Well, hello guys. Well, I think I've figured this one out. So, yeah, that will be the new moon cycle that happens into Taurus. This will be a live stream for that. And with that being said, people, I wanted to introduce you with my with my moon cycle spread. It is a 5 card spread. I will probably shuffle in between couple of signs so I don't bore you with shuffling. And I want to talk a little bit more about the spread. The first card here will express how you're entering into this moon cycle, or rather what you can hope for to achieve into this moon cycle. Now the second card will be the difficulties you will face, things you don't have to do or you should not do rather, in order to kind of find yourself profitable and find yourself into a much brighter place. The third card will be the intentions. Okay, the intentions you need to set in front of yourself so you can reach that maximum potential ahead of you. By the way, I don't know if I will be able to guys read your comments, so I apologize for that, but you make sure you leave them. I will read them after the stream. I'm not exactly sure how this particular software works. Anyway, so the fourth card is the lesson that we all are about to learn from the new moon cycle, and from that, for what it seems, it will present us with much more ease to move forward from now on. And the fifth and the final card will be the energies. That is always something that contributes for our well-being and toward our greater future, so let's say that way. With that being said, I will shuffle now and go from there. So first, as per usual, that will come to be Aries. Let me check on audience. No, it's not here. I really want to read your comments, guys. I do really want to read your comments. Let me try to find out where. Damn it. Okay, I will figure this one out later. So, Aries first comes. Now the first card for Aries, that will be the Three of Pentacles, guys. So Aries in this moon cycle will have the opportunity to build up and to grow into the already existing goal of theirs, either one relationship or in one career, guys. You need to be very slow, very steady. You need to rely on other people, if we can say it that way. You need to allow yourself to learn, and you have to seek that, let's say, team experience. So nothing can be forced on your own. However, if you work in a team, you have endless opportunity to further your goal. Let's say that you need to aim and focus into whatever you have been prepared from the past. Okay, so don't start anything new, people. You just have to attend into the already ongoing matters that are happening around you, and the newness kind of leave for the next moon cycle, let's say that way. So as the new moon comes as a new beginnings, that will be a new beginning into the already existing matter of yours, and for what it seems, you will have the opportunity to set on a closure on it. Then what will really kind of create obstacles is this man here, air sign, guys. That is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or it has these ascendants. Very impatient person, however very courageous. And if you are happening to cross that particular person, he is kind of gonna do everything to bring you down, but he's kind of immature, and his weak spot are his emotions. Now, I mean, he's trying to look very decisive, very brave, very logical, with a high logical explanation of things, but the reality is that this guy is always taking on decisions based on his emotions. And of course he's consulting with his logic. However, the emotions are kind of they play a big role into his behavior, so you can try to touch his emotions in order to bring him down. That may happen, however, to be someone that you are follow. If so, don't mindlessly follow someone, guys. Don't be a dog on a leash. Actually, you do have options available, so it is best for you to go the slow and steady road rather than to let's say, rather than to charge for a fast success and end up failing. The next card are the intentions that you need to do now with the Chariot card. First, for relationship, very strong card that you need to aim for romance, intimacy, and you need to aim for bringing that relationship into a greater height in a term of that clearing up and an old misunderstandings. If we're talking about career here, guys, it is about a preparation, as we talked about the Three of Pentacles here, preparation for a big jump moving forward. Okay, that's a fantastic thing. So basically, people, what we have here is a let's say, preparation for a big jump moving forward, and you got to lay down a very solid foundation, guys. You have to attend to the very minor detail of everything, so you are not caught unprepared. Again, don't overlook things, guys. Don't overlook things into your relationship. Don't overlook things into your career. Of course, even though this particular three cards till now are preaching a good success, it will come slow. So you can't expect miracles to happen during this moon cycle. Then it is the lesson you're about to learn, and this is why, guys, that is the one of the cards saying that nothing right now depends on you, or rather you have did your part and now you're in a waiting mode, so the others do their part. In another way, this moon cycle is gonna teach you that you're not almighty and not everything depends on you. So some of the cases, best is to kind of like, let's say, wait. Okay, you need to wait so it can the situation itself can unfold naturally, guys. Oh, nice, I found where I can read your comments. So with that being said, people, it is kind of like it is kind of like you have to give yourself a rest, and you need to take on a new perspective. I mean, you need to allow yourself to reach on a new perspective in your life. And especially if we're talking about your career, people, don't blame yourself for that something isn't happening, the fast success isn't coming. You have done your job, and you need to wait really for the others to do your job. Now, if we're talking about relationship, you may start feeling a little bit of distance from your partner, and this is really because they have to do their part, their role, but they may not feel quite ready for that. However, if you're willing to wait a little bit longer, they will kind of come to their senses and will contribute even further into your relationship. Now, here, however, we do have the energies of the King of Pentacles, okay? And these energies are preaching that whatever you give, you will receive. So as you give more, the more you will receive. As you give less, the less you will receive. So be very mindful. That can go both ways. If you want to conserve resources, you can do so. However, the best possible approach right now, guys, is to invest everything you have into this solid foundation, either in your relationship or in your business or your career, so it can give you a bigger success. Let's say it that way, a much bigger success. Okay. So now we are going into Taurus. Let me shuffle the cards. Okay, Taurus. So, but guys, that is a start of a new devotion that you're gonna have. So, very highly strictly regarding to your career, guys, you're gonna find yourself very busy. You're gonna find yourself working on a big thing that will really will give you a value in your career. So monetary increase, monetary success, and let's say a stabilization of one's career field. It is what is coming in your way now. However, guys, you need to really clinch into the minor details here, and you need to aim to be perfectionist. I know that Taurus is kind of Hierophant card, and I don't kind of believe that it will be hard to you to be a perfectionist. In your relationship, this card suggests that it will be like a spring emotion, spring-like type feelings, in a term of that if your relationship is finding into a really rough spot, there will be warm-up. It's not going to be a big one with the Knights of Pentacles, but it will be at least of, you know, a start. And from there you can work yourself through it, showing that you can, let's say, you can contribute for the well-being of your partner. However, you need to keep the things simple here, okay? Don't try with sophisticated plans, sophisticated explanations and these kind of stuff to win the trust of your partner. Keeping the things simple, one simple I love you will do much more good things than trying to explain them why they have to be with you. That will be a wrong approach, just so you know. Now, the difficulties you're about to face are this person here, and that is a fire sign, Aries, Taurus, or Sagittarius. If this happens to be in your career, very unstable and inconstant person, always throwing his, let's say, always throwing his efforts into the wrong direction, into the wrong place, wasting resources, someone who is really aggravating and annoying you, taking risk. This person is going to take a risk on your account if you allow him. So it is very important during this new moon cycle to see is that person really constrain him from kind of involving their nose into your job. If this is about your relationship, that is seducer, just so you know. It may happen to seduce you, or it may happen to chase your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever. So be very mindful of that. It's not that he can do much, but he is someone who is kind of a very, not romantic but passionate, and in the same time he's talking big speeches, big words. And I do really hope that your partner, if that happens to be a seducer to your partner, I do really hope that your partner really has a sincere feelings towards you. Now your intentions, people, that is the Three of Pentacles. So with the Three of Pentacles, your intentions should be completely focused on your stabilization and your own well-being with the most trusted people that you have in your disposal. In other words, you need to cover up yourself with the most closest circle, social circle as possible. Don't trust into exterior people, and also don't allow someone to push you. That is also very important. As we said about learning, your intentions, if we're talking about your career, should be about learning and taking on, like, how can I place it in words? It's kind of like learning from someone that it is much more experienced than you in your job. So it also speaks for a help teacher, mentor, something like this, that will come into your career, and you will have that chance to learn from this person, okay? If we're talking about relationship, again, you have to talk. You have to talk with one another. That is a virtue here. It is about living with the criticism, okay? It's about taking criticism of what you have done wrong and try to make it up for it, okay? Try to clear out those unpleasant behaviors that you do have. Same goes for your partner. If your partner is annoying you with something, talk about it. This is what will kind of save your relationship here. Now, the lesson you're about to learn in this new moon cycle, the 10 of Wands, is that, well, that's simple. When the shit hits the fan, you have to be the one to deal with everything. I mean, if you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself, and it is what you're going to do. For this particular task, however, you have to be very dynamic in a term of that you need to try to control everything, and at a certain point it may drain you, and it will drain your enthusiasm. You may start feeling fatigue, and you may kind of wanting to just let everything go, and whatever happens happens. You shouldn't do that. You have to fight for what you have, because no one else will do that for you. The energies are the Knight of Swords, and these energies are like a war energy. So you, Taurus, is going, you guys, Taurus guys, girls, are going to war, and for what it seems, that will be very, very decisive actions that you're going to do. I mean, these energies are going to bring you courage. They're going to bring you kind of vitality, and let's say, I can't say sharp minds, sharp thoughts, something like this, but they're gonna, well, I do sense the card, guys, but it's difficult to express it. It's kind of like whatever threatens you, it will always set you in this defense mode, where you will feel no remorse of fear nor pity toward the aggressor, and if you can, you will basically destroy them. That will be the energies around you, just so you know. Okay, the next one, we are going to Gemini now. Oh, making progress with the comments, guys. 1 second. No. Anyway. Is the stream working? Okay, Gemini. The Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles, people, that card really expresses that you need to start uncovering already buried possibilities around you. So this new moon cycle, Gemini, are going to make you aware how much more you can achieve in your field of expertise, in your surroundings, that you haven't reached the maximum potential of oneself. Okay, so with that being said, in your career, you are going to find out how much more you can achieve in your current working place before you actually ask for a promotion or for a raise. And with that being said, guys, you will have something to place on the table when you go for those demands. After that, for those in relationship, this card speaks for a high state of protection. So you may start feeling a warm up from your partner. It's kind of they will stand for you and for the relationship itself more than usual. That will really make you surprised of how devoted they are to the relationship. In this particular sense, people, you may feel yourself the most important person into their life, which will be the matter here, however, because with the Queen of Pentacles, this card kind of implants family routine and these kind of stuff, and this may be a preparation from your partner to start a family. So it will be a very good time for you to start discussing these things, you know. So after that, the issue here, Ace of Cups. Oh, how Ace of Cups can be an issue? Huh. I need to check on the next card, guys. Wow. Okay. So the issue here, people, I mean, the difficulties you're gonna face is it's not going to be enough for you. Virtually, it's not going to be enough. I mean, not that you will want this advance very fast, but it's kind of you're not going to be able to see the advance happening the way you are imagining to happen. Thus, the change that is going this card to implant into your life, like exploring the unexplored possibilities which are around you, waiting for you to open your eyes, you're not going to be quite happy of that. So, initially, what I mean, but the more you allow yourself to see the potential there, the more happier you will become. So really, this card shows the initial disappointment of that. You thought they are great possibilities, but in the same time you realize that they are not as great as you thought they are. But after that, when you think it over, it is kind of seems that it is more that you have hoped for. Well, that's kind of sound complicated, however it is the way I feel the card is. So if we're talking that for career, but if we're talking about relationship here, well, this card is unwillingness to forgive. At least to me, it stands for unwillingness, people, to forgive. And when this happens, it can really ruin your relationship, and you have to, how can I place it in words? You have to be grateful for what you get from it, And if you're not, the answer is simple, you gotta walk away. Now here we do have that the beginning based on emotions, it will be very hard to be done. So basically you gotta find within yourself how much you love this person. Do you love them as much as they love you, or does they love you as much as you love them? And as soon as you answer to that question, people, it is, you will know from there how to go on. But keeping it into a silent treatment, keeping this aggravation that you may have into a silent treatment is not going to serve you any favor. So the intentions here is looking toward a brighter future. Either you break up into your relationship, or you stay in it. Either you search for another job or you stay in it. This card suggests that you first will have support. Okay, so intentions are about you finding support. After finding support, it is about planning, and planning big, because this card suggests that such a brighter future is waiting for you, Gemini. You can't even imagine. Turmoil is almost over for those who are experiencing turmoil. And let's say it that way, guys. The star card always promises new beginnings, but new beginnings into into your current relationship, or into your current career, your current social circle. That it's not a brand new beginning. So if the things are not going very well for you, you can expect the things to get better. It's just you need to have a little bit of faith. You need to be a little bit more patient, and you need to allow yourself to believe that a brighter future is coming. But above everything else, guys, plan. For relationship especially, this card shows that you need to have that readiness to show the unfolding love that streams through you, so your partner become aware how important they are in your life. The lesson you're about to learn, the Five of Swords, it's only one thing means here: if you don't step for yourself, no one will. In love and in war, there are no rules. Okay, so basically you gotta act like you are in war, and don't keep up to any rules or any, how can I place it in words, let's say, I cannot say dignity, but moral codes which are not preached by you. What I mean is that the person you are fighting with, you have disagreements with in this kind of this kind of stuff, may not be as moral as you are, and that means that you need to kind of play their game. So basically use their their tools of the trade, so you can take an edge on them. Basically, the lesson here you're gonna learn is that you can have what you want, however are you willing to pay the price for that. And some of you, by the way, are going to realize that sometimes the price is just ain't worth it. Okay, so it will be different for every single one of you guys, just so you know. The energy is not very good energies, however, but one good thing about them is that they're gonna shield you for repeating an old mistake. Those energies are gonna ground you when you forget yourself into either power, or into either overworking, or being too possessive into your partner. Basically, those are energies which are going to bring you back on the surface of earth if you forget yourself into being successful, or into being even depressive and these kind of stuff. So they are going to keep you into the very common sense of how the things has to unfold from now on, and they're going to keep you sane. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Then the Cancer. So Cancer, that new moon is gonna bring you structure. That new moon is gonna bring you responsibilities, and it's gonna bring you kind of like a very stable routine where you will be able to face the ups and downs in your day-by-day life with much more ease, maturity, and also, let's say, authority. Okay, but one important thing is that you need to realize that dignity does not dictate the whole truth to be told. In order to sustain what you have to present yourself strong. In other words, you shouldn't expose your weaknesses. So you have to be kind of one against many, and you have to act one for all. So in your career, it is very likely that you may receive that big project on your behalf, or you may be set it up on a charge of a particular thing, but it will be generally a very, very big responsibility you will have on your shoulder, guys. In relationship, here we are seeing you taking on the lead of your relationship, and what can really cause you difficulties here is the Nine of Cups. And with the Nine of Cups, that is the hard work, okay? Because it will require much more hard work, guys, than you have imagined, and that is something that will frustrate you. Or in your relationship especially, this particular card shows no matter how devoted you are, no matter how mature you are, or no matter how loving you are towards your partner, it's basically, for them, it will seem that it's not enough, and you have to contribute more and more and more, and this will aggravate you big time. Now the next one are the intentions that you need to set. Knight of Cups. So yeah, it kind of comes in a way where it's more working and working and working, because the Knight of Cups here, people, says that the intentions for you should be set that the hard work gives result, not the chances. Okay, so you shouldn't leave anything to happen by a chance, accidentally. You shouldn't allow yourself to rely on fortunate circumstances. Fortunate circumstances can be created only by you and by your hard work. Some of you guys are going to uncover slumberous talents that you may have excuse me, that you may have kind of not discovered yet. The lesson you are about to learn here with the Four of Cups is that let's say that way, opportunities are mostly given by faith or by the universe, but sometimes we do create our own opportunities, and it's what you're going to do this moon cycle, guys. So it really will be a very, very tough cycle for you, because it will require a lot of your energy and a lot of your hard work. Now if we're talking about career here, the Four of Cups speaks about that there should be a constant flow of emotions. So okay, you love one another with your partner, but basically this isn't enough. You constantly need to reignite that love so you can feel it stronger and stronger, and this is what you're going to learn. Otherwise it becomes boredom. And the energies here are the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords as energies to me speaks for difficult to express it. Energies, the Page of Swords is like a more helping energies. It will be like regardless of where you find yourself, okay, and in what situations you find yourself, you will be able to adapt in. You're going to be able to really very quickly find your role into the grand scheme of things. So if you find yourself in an awkward position at your job, you will be able to get away with it clean, get away from it, excuse me, clean. That will be based on the energies you have behind your back. And in your relationship, when the arguments are really tough, you will be able to get away from them clean with a I cannot say a very proven arguments, but your arguments will really seem like a facts, even though some of them will be fiction. So basically you will be very convincing. It was the thing I was trying to find as an energy. So after that, excuse me, we're going to Leo. I hope that the stream is working, people. I mean, because it's going on frames at my computer. If someone can really text me if there is any issue with the stream on my personal Facebook, that will be much appreciated. So with Leo, Leo, Three of Swords is that moon cycle. So you, Leo, are about to find out that, let's say, some of the things you're attending, they cannot be pushed. Okay, you're gonna found out a particular root of problems you have. You're gonna find out what causing setbacks of you, and you're not gonna like what you're about to find. Okay, with that being said, your thoughts will really start twisting your mind, and you will find yourself lost during this moon cycle. If we're talking about your relationship, I would suggest you guys that you take a little bit of break, take a couple of days, a week off the relationship, and just tell to your partner that you're not feeling very well, this kind of stuff, because you may misinterpret a particular messages they're giving to you. You may thank you Anastasia, and you may kind of how can I place it in words, really? You may feel really not threatened, but what is the English word? Offended. Excuse me. You can really feel find yourself offended by the words of your partner, even though they haven't meant to offend you. Okay, so be very careful with the communication, because the mental cruelty here has a virtue during this moon cycle. However, to the people that you dislike, you can virtually tell anything. I mean, for what I can say with the Three of Swords, you will just not stand it anymore, and you won't give a crap about what they think anymore. And from there, it is kind of, you're gonna lay out everything, and you will really push away those people from your life, those negative people from your life. So be open to make a spring cleaning, if I can say it that way. What can cause you setbacks is this person. Again, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. So that is an air sign person, which is a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, and that person doesn't think straight, always rushing conclusions, always rushing to decisions. It is kind of like these people that are making conclusions on the half of the sentence. You haven't even finished the sentence yet, and they already think they know what you're about to say, and they will aggravate you. And this is just as far as it goes, aggravation. So if you want to kind of go through this new moon cycle calmly, you better constrain yourself from giving attention to everybody, especially from those people who are not listening. You don't need such kind of negativity in your life right now. In your relationship, that could be a person whispering into your partner's ear, okay? And this is why we may have the Three of Swords here, what you're going to experience there. So basically, don't blame your partner way too hasty. I mean, they may not know what they're talking about. So basically, be open for a conversation if it comes to this. But the best thing is to take a break. Then the intentions is the Ten of Pentacles. So with the Ten of Pentacles, these intentions should be you spending time with your family, not with your in your relationship, with your family, mother, father, brother, cousins, and these kind of stuff. That is in the grand scheme of things. Other intentions are about winning back trust from someone that you have lost trust in. Okay, seeking warmth, seeking a place where you're feeling like a home. So surrounding yourself with a very trusted people that are contributing only for your own well-being. In your career, this card speaks for a very sound, well-found not decision, excuse me, investments that you're about to do. Very favorable one for traders, very favorable card for bankers, very favorable card for retailers. Okay, so you're about to make a very, very good investment, guys, and you'll reap the result from that investment for a long term. This card also speaks that if you're into a common job where you're working on a salary, people, you may consider asking for a raise, or because even the raise is not given to you right now, at least you will make your bosses aware that they cannot keep you in the same salary for quite longer. Then we are going into the lesson you're about to learn here with the Knight of Cups. Is the same thing. Work, 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 guys. Good work give results. Laying down your butt, it's not gonna give you anything. If you kind of hope to win a lottery ticket, think again. It's not gonna happen, at least this new moon cycle. Only thing that is gonna give you profits is if you work towards sustaining your relationship and towards showing how much you love that person despite of what they're telling to you, okay, despite of the truths you're about to find, because the Three of Swords could be a very painful truth that you will learn for your partner, and from there it's kind of like everything can go to shape. However, if you kind of remind yourself how much you love your partner, that could save your relationship, and vice versa. If you remind them how much they love you, that could also save your relationship. So with that being said, this is about relationship, and as career, I said it's about a hard work gives result. And as the previous sign, I said it is about also uncovering a talents that you had no idea that you have possessed. Okay, so be open for new qualifications, be open for new things to learn, be open to experiment, but slowly, guys. It's about doing it slowly, so don't be way too tenacious. The energies here that you're about to face, people, that is the Two of Pentacles. Small energies, relatively small energies, and what they are going to allow you to do is just be adaptable and be able to kind of react very, very fast on everything that is coming in your way. And it's kind of like picking one ball from here, placing it there, picking one ball from there, placing it here. It's kind of rearranging things, and you basically won't be annoyed by rearranging things, and by doing so you may find out that more pieces of your puzzle are going to fit than you have imagined. So be open to kind of give yourself to those energies of I can't say vitality, but I would say of activity, so you can kind of be able to prioritize well your further steps moving forward, especially if it comes how you manage your timing between relationship and career. We are going to Virgo now. So Virgo, they also have the Emperor. So with the Emperor card, guys, for you Virgo as well, responsibilities, huge responsibilities. After all, the Emperor has the responsibility to sustain one empire. So basically a very busy routine in your career, and in your relationship you have to be the one who take cares for the whole relationship. So you need to lay a shoulder to your partner to cry on, and you need to support them in any way possible, with money, with emotional support, if you want to say it that way, with a protection, in terms of that they need to feel themselves secured, and secured in the term of that you're not gonna leave them, you're not gonna abandon the ship, Virgo. So also this moon cycle will bring you more tenacity than usual. You will feel a bigger urge to attend to things than usual, and I speak for new things, for vast things, rather than to clinch into a particular details. Okay, you're about to make structure. a very strict plan of yours, and as I said, this plan is going to allow you to face ups and downs with much more ease. The things that may really obstruct you, that is the Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords, these are the communications. You may be left misunderstood, and it's not as dangerous as you think it is. So basically, if you don't know what to say, basically say nothing. That's the whole thing you ought to do. Don't make very serious conversations with your bosses or with your supervisors as far as it goes to your career. In your relationship, also don't try to lead very serious conversations. You just need to be carefree and be open-minded. This card also may speak that you are about to learn a particular truth that you weren't being aware of, and that truth will change your plans. It's not going to be painful truth, okay, but it's going to change your plans drastically if it is a truth for you. It may play in a different scenarios, that card, but generally with the majority of you will be about communications, being misunderstood and not being able to place to forge balanced judgment on the situation, because an information may be withdrawn from you, withheld from you, and kind of like, or you may kind of say something where people will not understand it quite correctly. Now the intentions here with the Nine of Cups, guys, the intentions should be of sustaining happiness. Now the Nine of Cups is a card showing that the happiness will be within your grasp. However, it will be a temporary one. To make it long-lasting happiness, you gotta constantly nurture it and taking care of it. So if your partner is making you happy, then you gotta take care for them. That's the simple truth. If your career is making you happy, then you have to devote to it so you can make that happiness long-lasting. You are almost there, Virgo. You're almost there, feeling satisfied. You just need to put a extremely hard work a little bit longer. Things you are gonna learn. The lesson, the Tower card. Wow. Well, with this card, the lesson will be that everything changes. In a term of that, regardless of how strong you build your thing, regardless of how secure you make your relationship, regardless of how strong you build your career place, you can't fight fate. If it is meant for you to change your career, you're gonna change your career. If it is meant for you to be with another person, you're gonna be with another person. And with that being said, guys, you may kind of start realizing things. You may kind of go for restructure things, restructure your relationship, restructure your career. It is about you clearing up a room for expand, because you have built your estate way too stiff and there is no room anymore. So that's why you alone will want to kind of destroy a particular field of it so you can rebuild it back again in a way that it will be more wider with more opportunities in. Then the wow, just look at that. That is the energies, very positive energies. These are energies which will give you always positive attitude, guys, and above everything else, all the idea you will have the energy to transform it into a very powerful actions. So for you, Virgo, it is about implanting your ideas into your already structure and routine, and that is fantastic, guys. Only thing that it may really obstruct you there, get into your way, it is the misunderstanding. So don't try to ask for permission. Don't try to convince other people how good this one is that you are about to do. I mean, if you find it as profitable as possible for oneself, just do it. because no one else will. Then we're going to Libra. Libra, for you we got the Three of Wands sitting on already existing patterns, guys. Everything is about to go as well the way it's planned to go. The only thing that you really need to put an effort is to expand it. So flawless performance into your career. It is kind of like if you are trying to win a big thing, to win a big project, you are about to do it. So, and if you're trying to, let's say, win the attention of someone and you're single, you're about to do so. With the Three of Wands, this is a harmony, people. This is a card of harmony in the term of that you're gonna do what you want. Okay, for example, in your career, your plans are going to unfold the way you have planned them to go. Okay, and in your relationship, the experience you are gonna have with your partner will be exactly as the way you have imagined it, or it will, at least it's gonna prove your expectations. Okay, so a very positive card. This new moon, so this new moon cycle is gonna give you only opportunities for growing forward, sitting on the already existing patterns. So you gotta follow your plan. We're not talking for a new things here. We're talking about following the plan you have created. Just don't divide from the path that you have consciously taken, guys. What can obstruct you? That is the Eight of Swords. Highly card, especially if we're talking about relationship here, misunderstanding. It is kind of like the messages you're trying to send, or the messages that are tried to be sent towards you, they may be kind of misinterpreted. Because this card says that, let's say it that way, if the truth is something which makes you free, what the denial of the truth makes you? So basically, it's like it is going like this. If you're trying to convince yourself into something, it's not going to work. Basically, it will just gonna enslave you. Just giving you an example. If you're trying to convince yourself that you will be more happy earning a lot of money instead of working what you really want, you will not end up happy, and basically you will find yourself into a stagnation. You will find yourself into slavery, into a situation where you cannot move forward from it. And in your relationship, if you're trying to convince yourself that the person you are with is not good enough, or the person you are with is someone that you really love, but you in reality you're pushing yourself to love them, it's not gonna work for you. Basically, what the card says, that you may find yourself with closed eyes, and you need to open your eyes and make your decision. So your intentions here, guys, the Fool card, should be toward starting new life. We are having your opportunities here. Your plan, it is already working. So start walking the path that you have chosen. Start the new life in your career. That could be a new job. In your relationship, that could be a new relationship into already existing relationship. Pregnancy is what you have to be after. Okay, an existing relationship, I'm talking about very strong relationship. Or for example, if you have family, or if you have fiance, or if you are with someone that you are living, pregnancy is what you need to aim for with the Fool card. If you just are starting relationship with this card, guys, it is kind of have to be something very pure, very innocent, in a term of that if you feel something, you gotta show it out. If you want to say something, you got to say it. You shouldn't keep a silent treatment. It's basically spontaneous behavior. A lot of texting, a lot of chatting, being kind of giggling your partner, if you want to say it that way, so they can kind of see the attraction that you have for them. The lesson you're about to learn is the King of Pentacles. And with the King of Pentacles, the lesson is that nothing can be achieved on your own first. I mean, you gotta bring people into the picture. That's one thing. And second thing is, before you take, you gotta give. Basically, this is the law of nature. So the energies here, guys, that is the Knight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Pentacles, those energies are they are strong energies of the Knight of Pentacles, and you're gonna really be very a person who keeps the things simple. The energies are not going to allow the situations around you to become very, very serious, to become very, very complicated and unsolvable. But you gotta walk slow with them. If you try to force the thing way too hard, it's not gonna work out. I mean, I do have a sentence for that. I don't know how it's gonna sound, but if you push it, it's gonna be, you know, yeah. So that was for Libra, and we are going to my kin Scorpio. Scorpio, guys. Gosh, I really want to read your comments, people. I gotta find out with this new software how to read the damn comments. Don't worry, these days I'm gonna find this one out, and because if I go through the normal browser of Facebook, the sound is looping. I already explained that, and it's really sucks. Nothing can be understood of what I'm saying. Wait a second. No. Jesus. Why I cannot click on comments? So stupid. Anyway, my king. Temperance is what we have for you. So with the Temperance card, if that card regards to your career, guys, you gotta be very, very patient. There will be troubles with this card, okay? But those troubles, they're only gonna make you stronger. They're going to show how professional you are, if we want to say it that way, in terms of that you take neither side, okay? And you are just working for the salvation of the problem itself. Big impression is what you're gonna make in front of your bosses, in front of your supervisors, of your colleagues. Basically no drama whatsoever will be implanted in your career. With this card, guys, virtually there is nothing that you cannot solve. Solidarity and compassion is what you're gonna face from your co-workers. I cannot say physical support in a term of help, but they will have your back when you need it. Also, this card speaks for healing. If you do have a particular health issue, guys, you may expect that it will start healing, or you're gonna feel yourself better. Though I don't like to speak for health, I'm just saying that this card implants sometimes that. Now, if we're talking about relationship, people, it's about intimacy. You gotta seek that intimacy in between your partner. You gotta realize, Scorpio, that the small issues that one relationship has, really one relationship cannot go as smooth as you want it to go, and there will be always disagreements. Mutual compromise is what will be virtue here. So basically you have to realize that you are not living alone anymore. You got to realize that the other person you are with, it is kind of like a living being, and they do have their needs, they do have their opinion, and you gotta honor that, because otherwise how can you love them? Okay, so basically this is as far as it goes with Temperance card. For those who are single, guys, it does seems that you're gonna try out with someone that usually wouldn't fit into your standards of standards of how the person should stand next to you. However, it may work out. but again, compromise and mutual understanding will be a virtue here. What can really bring you down, and not bring you down but cause you difficulties, it is if you forget yourself into the dreamland. Okay, so virtually the things are going to unfold for you very well, and they will be very good, and you may forget yourself, you may become very dreamy, and this very dreamy will make you careless. And by you being careless, you may take your partner for granted, you may take your job for granted, you may start believing that even if you do mistake, it will go unnoticed, or the people will forgive you. Wrong, guys. You gotta be grounded. And the Seven of Cups is always about you being grounded in a term of emotional grounding, because otherwise you're going to repeat old mistakes. So learn from your experiences, people. Then your intentions, guys, should be creating comfort in your career and in your relationship. In your career, however, this is a much stronger card for career. It speaks for a very, very comfortable environment, working on those projects, and those projects earning money. Not only that, guys, but they will be according to your plan, in terms of that your maneuvers will give results. Okay, your ideas will give results, and you will feel quite proud of that. However, a dispute is not impossible here, so you need to also set your intentions of protection, being kind of protective, excuse me, especially if it comes for relationship. Okay, you gotta create that comfortable environment into the relationship. You gotta show that your partner really can rely on you if they're in a fragile place, for example, right now, or if they need your physical support in the term of monetary support, or purely physical support, guys. But for what I can say with the Four of Pentacles, it is always comes where you do have wealth. And I do hope that you guys can define what the wealth you do have is, because it's not always money. It could be health, it could be family, it could be love, regardless. But defining and sustaining it, it just has to be the intentions you must have during this moon cycle. What you're about to learn, that giving up is not an answer here. Okay, so even if you do face difficulties, people, you will always have the energy to move forward and to solve them. Giving up is really something that you shouldn't do. And the only thing that can ruin your goals during this new moon, it's you walking away, basically. You are the biggest enemy of yourself during this new moon cycle, guys. So be mindful of that. And the energies, Strength card. Wow. Okay. So with the Strength card, those energies are gonna inflict a lot of patience within you, patience to deal with problems. Okay. So none of the problems you have will seem unsolvable, first of all. And second of all, those energies are kind of be able to tame the beast within you. So you won't outburst, you will really look at the things practical, and it will come natural because it's about energy reading. You will be able to give a lot of passion into things which are working, so also a lot of vigor there. And if we're talking about relationship, that is an energies of a lot of lust and a lot of sexual drive. So I hope you end up satisfied in your relationship during this new moon, because you will kind of want that from within. It's kind of, you will be turned on from your partner or from the person you want to be with almost 24/7. Sagittarius now. Sagittarius, wow, look at that. It is Six of Wands. So rewards, personal recognition, going through peak experiences, guys, victory, achievements, and I said rewards, but it's kind of like for those who are finding themselves into a very uh, bad position, long waited help finally arrives. This is a card of a lot of sex. This is a card of a lot of attention that you're about to get. This is a card where people are going to find you as a savior, a card of building up fellowship, and a card of a lot of sex and achievements into your career. So virtually people with this card is kind of like everything that you have hoped for, it is about to come through. I mean, hope for to achieve during this next 2 weeks. It is about to come true. Okay, you just need to be proud of it in the term of that you shouldn't shy to say I did it. Okay, it is because of me, not because of them, but because of me we did that, and or this happened. This basically shine out bright, Sagittarius, this new moon cycle. It is what is given to you from fate. And the difficulty is, it is here the Eight of Swords stands a little bit different than the Libra one. I believe I drew that card. So here this card speaks that people will try to convince you otherwise. Okay, people will try to tell you that your contribution is not as big as it is in reality, and they will try to keep you in a cage. Don't allow that to happen. Okay, so for you Sagittarius, you may feel that you are kind of repressed into your relationship, you are kind of repressed into your career, and really you got to step out for yourself, and you got to lay everything out. You got to say the truth that stands for you, because that is the simple truth. Okay, if it isn't working out, you need to know that this relationship or this job is not your option, is not your only option available, excuse me. And if you're feeling miserable from it, you just gotta walk away. Your intentions, well, I already covered that with the Eight of Wands. For what it seems, this is just a confirmation that you gotta talk it over. For whatever you're not feeling happy, for whatever you think that you haven't reached that recognition which is given to you by your hard work, by your efforts, you gotta ask for it, because if you don't ask, the answer always will be no. If there are things in your relationship which annoys you, if things that you cannot live with anymore, you gotta talk. You gotta talk for them. Okay, you gotta talk with your partner. It's not that your partner is not willing to make compromise and to stop doing these things. It's just they don't know that you are annoyed. Okay, so you got to start talking about this. And in your career, I told you already, you gotta ask for what you have been owed, and you got to point that it happened because of you, but not because of someone else. So you are the mastermind, you are the one who put efforts in, and you are the one who have to get the reward from it, and the reward will come. Things you are about to realize here, Eight of Cups. Regardless of how bad one situation is, it can always go better. Okay, so never lose hope. It is the lesson you are about to learn. One thing ruins, so another perspective can emerge. That is one of the ways to interpret the card, but not in this case. In this case, it is about that regardless of how bad one situation is, it can always go to the better. Okay, it can always be fixed. It can always be repaired. So, with this card, I may say that maybe some of you will experience returning back of exes, which may try to make a communication with you. However, I don't believe that you're going to give them a big chance. Okay. Wow. Okay. The energies. You get what you deserve. These are the energies basically around you. You will kind of reap the efforts of your work, Sagittarius, either good or bad. Another practical use of these energies, guys, is set your priorities straight. Okay. Try to reach maturity into your relationship. Try to talk about the rules of the game into your relationship. Try to prioritize your tasks at work regarding according to the resources you have for every task. So for small tasks, you put small resources in. For big tasks, you put large amounts of resources in. This is about justice. Everything gets what everything deserves, in the term of that big project deserves big investment, small project deserves small investment. Basically, that's that. Now we are going to Capricorns. Capricorns got the Nine of Pentacles. So that new moon cycle for Capricorns, that will give them the ability to persevere in one career. Let's say that this card generally speaks for success in one career, success in one business. In one relationship, this card generally speaks for carefree actions and showing yourself capable to deal with the troubles alone without kind of asking your partner to take care for your own mess. However, the card implants that you are about to strike a big deal. If we're talking about your career, you're about to strike a big deal, you're about to start a new job which will be very, very profitable, or you're about to get a lot of money. It is always about gaining something, the Nine of Pentacles. In relationship, for you Capricorns, it speaks that the things are only gonna go better with your partner already. For those singles, however, guys, you're about to jump up, or to bump up, excuse me, on a big fish. So someone who is a very in a high place of the hierarchy will give you an attention, and you have the whole possibility to make the things work. Okay, it all comes to how you present yourself in front of them. Then what can really abstract you, again, the Seven of Cups, forget yourself into the process, believing way too much in oneself. You gotta be grounded, you gotta be logical, people. Otherwise, you will repeat an old mistake. This is a card of repeating old mistake if you forget yourself into the matter in general interpretation of the card. So in your career, you may kind of sign up like, let's say, a contract like in the past haven't brought you anything good, or you may start a job into a term and conditions that were as a past job of yours had the same term and conditions, and you're going to repeat your old mistake. Basically, in your relationship, like I said, this card may implant that some of you may take your partner for granted, because you will see how much they care for you, and you will see how much they love you, and that may kind of make you in a state of abusive behavior without you even knowing that you're doing that. So try to be more rational rather than emotional, and it will pay off big time. Your intentions, Nine of Cups. Wow, a lot of cups and a lot of nines. So really emotional state of moon, or a moon cycle, is what you're gonna have, Capricorns. Your intentions, guys, don't give up. Okay, so you do have that achievement, if we can say that way. The Nine of Pentacles is about satisfaction you're about to reach. However, that satisfaction is not granted to be temporary if you don't constantly work for it in order to make it long lasting. Okay, so if we're talking about your career, guys, big project, but it will require a lot of work, and a lot of work is what you need to set in. I mean, a lot of efforts. It is what you need to show in front of the universe so you can get paid off. And if we're talking about relationship here, you need to constantly show how much you care for your partner, or constantly show how can you not live without them, if that makes any sense to you. So Nine of Cups, people, it is a card of sustaining happiness. Remember that. So this new moon cycle, it is the happiness will be given to you, but if you take it for granted, it's going to walk away from your back door. So as soon as you see it, you just grasp it. And again, the King of Pentacles as a lesson. Nothing, everything, what comes around goes around. So basically, you cannot expect to gain anything if you don't invest anything in. So first you invest, then you take from. It is kind of like planting a seeds. So if you have, in order for you to kind of reap the fruits of your efforts, first you got to place the seeds. Okay, so use this new moon cycle to place those seeds, guys. If you do have particular issues, you will realize that nothing can be that these issues cannot be solved on your own. And if you have those important connections, you may bring them into the table. That will serve you a great favor. Energies, wow. Okay, so this is also a Capricorn, the card that kind of represents Capricorn, and these are a vast amount of energies, guys, a tremendous amount of energies. By their nature, they are neutral energies, and it depends where you channel them. You can channel them to destroy, you can channel them to create. That depends on you. That's why you don't have to be emotional, people. Controlling such large surges of energies, neutral energies, it is a tough thing, and you being emotional, you may misuse them, and that may bring karma to you. So I beg of you, Capricorns, be rational here, guys. It's the only thing I can say. Those energies also, guys, are likely to give you what you want. On what price, however, that is up to every single one of you and their personal situation. So some of you may be willing to pay the price, some of you may not be willing to pay the price. That will again depend on your personal decisions. So I hope you all make those sound and very correct decisions for yourself. The next one, it's Aquarius. So Aquarius, very calm and peaceful new moon cycle, guys. So you are about to start, as the new moon cycle is about starting new things, well, you are gonna start resting. That's for a change. Contemplating new plans, meditating, spending time with trusted companions, guys. It is about peace and harmony in your life, peace in your career. Finally, you will have a break from a troublesome routine. Finally, you're gonna have a break, a time to catch your breath from your troubles. Yeah, but these troubles, they're going to return back, so you have to use that time to plan how to solve them when they start returning back. Okay, into your relationship, this also speaks for a very pleasant time spending with one another. It speaks for those let's say sound conversations you're gonna lead with one another, where the issues are gonna be solved. So that card speaks that this new moon cycle, the issues you do have, especially if it comes with relationships, friendships, communications, they will be solved through a very mutual understanding, through open conversations. If you cannot figure out a way to solve your issues and your difficulties. Spending time with trusted companion is gonna do wonders for you. What can really ruin your thing is this guy over here. Watery person. That is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Person who is somehow dreamy, person who is somehow seductive, person who is somehow dramatic. So he is a drama queen. I said he, yeah. He is a drama queen, trying to push you to the edge, saying you probably, oh, you're not doing anything, you don't attend to your things and this kind of stuff. If I'm talking about your career here, I mean, if this attends to your career, that could be this mean guy who is always looking at other people's work and trying to present their work as meaningless, or it's trying to present his colleagues as slackers. So yeah, he may target you during this new moon, and don't pay attention to that person. They are usually very unhappy people because they crave for attention. It's just they cannot get that attention because people see how incapable these are. One second, it is just someone called me. One second, guys. So excuse me for that. If we're talking about relationship here, we do have as well a seducer. However, this is a much more, how can I place it in words? Much more strategic than what we had with the Knights of Wands. As the Knight of Wands wants to show oneself, they wants to shine bright in front of others. This one is someone who is acting behind the scene. This one is someone who is sending secretly flowers to your girlfriend. This one is someone who is trying to kind of get to you secretly from your boyfriend. They don't show themselves. They're very secretive in the term of that they're, for example, calling you from a private numbers that you cannot see, and this kind of stuff. It is really, really bothersome, and you may kind of being aggravated from that. If you've been harassed that way, I can only suggest you to call the police, because for what it seems, this one is very tunnel visioning. Okay, he has you as a fixed idea of his, and I don't believe that it's gonna go away just like that. They really need a good reason for them to go away, and as a good reason, we said your intentions here is the Empress. Relationship wise, pregnancy, guys, that is the strongest one. Okay, that is the strongest card from for pregnancy. So if you plan to be pregnant, well, start working for it during this new moon. Okay, other than that, you got to attend to yourself, people. It is basically, this card shows that you need to start taking care for oneself and for your own well-being. If you want to start nurturing yourself with foods, you gotta start doing so. If you crave to spend time into nature, you gotta start doing so. If you, for example, just saying, for example, you want to spend more time with your beloved, you got to start doing so. Basically, your intentions here needs to be about you doing what you love to do. As we said about the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, excuse me, it's about resting, and resting is what you need to do. Resting by you nurturing for what really fills your soul from within, so you can feel yourself happy. The Empress also suggests that you need to reclaim back a payback. Okay, you need to reclaim payback in the term of that you need to start asking for what have you been owned, either in your career or people that have been taking a loan from you. You got to reclaim everything back, and you need to start working for it. Detachment from midst of activity also needs to be an aim from you. So all here for you, Aquarius, it speaks for having a rest, guys. So don't take the things way too serious. It's not going to serve you any favor for what it seems. What you are going to learn out, however, that is the Lover's card. Okay, the Lover's card into your relationship. You're about to learn, guys, that love is a very complicated thing, and it's not about physical attraction. It's not about how one looks. It is about what is behind the mask. Okay, so you will realize that you love your partner without making any sense. Okay, you love the person next to you, and that love doesn't make any sense to you, and that exactly is what makes it true love. Okay, as far as it goes in career, you will realize that delayed decision but correct decision, it is much better than making harsh decision and the wrong decision. So at the end, even though if you have missed a particular deadline, you will be okay with it, because what you have came up with after that, it will be much better than what you thought at the start initially. This card also shows that one of the lessons you are about to learn is that the new we do have an expression here: a new brothel cannot be built with old horse. Okay, so in order for you to start a new life or to chase new prophets, Aquarius, you got to solve your old issues. Otherwise, the old issues are always gonna chase you through your life. Energies. We have the Hermit card. Okay, so these energies, they're not going to affect you through the duration of the moon cycle. They're going to hit you just at the start, where you have finally taken your decision. And for what I can say here with those energies, guys, you are going to surprise everybody. Here, your decision. Okay, you're going to surprise everybody. No one will kind of expect what you will came up with. You're gonna take on this substantial for yourself direction. Even though there will be so few to upload, it will be in fact something very vital and big for you, and thus no one will be able to ruin your work and your efforts. It is because you basically kept them in the dark. So conclusion here, Aquarius, don't share your plans, guys. Share them only with the most trusted companions you have. Okay, so from there, last but not least, people, we go to Pisces. Pisces, you got the Queen of Swords. This moon cycle, Pisces, are going to allow you to push your things forward. One relationship becomes much more mature than before. Okay, so old small issues, old small misunderstandings, they basically are gonna lose relevance, guys. Healing also is what is gonna take place on your behalf. Very sound, very well-made maneuvers, very well taught maneuvers is what you're gonna reach up as a conclusion as far as it goes in your relationship. And it's not like you're going to amaze the people around you, but you're going to teach them a lesson that they can't fuck with you. Okay, people, they just can't talk about you without actually seeing what you're capable of. And it does seems that, especially in career, this moon cycle, you're going to show what you really are capable of. That speaks for a little bit of aggression. It speaks for a urge to take on all the full responsibilities of your actions, because your actions will be the correct actions. Also, you're going to Pisces, you're going to kind of analyze a particular situation in your career, and you're going to give that your judgment on it. Okay, so something will depend here on your judgment, guys. You will be like someone who calls the shots. Okay, but as we said about relationship, you can expect the relationship to mature more and more. That mature empathizement in the relationship will hit. And with that being said, stability is what is going to take place. Okay, so what can cause you issues and difficulties? The page of cups, a woman, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or it has these ascendants, guys. So that woman, very emotionally unstable, especially if she's after you, chasing you romantically. She will be very dramatic in terms of she will pop up where you're drinking coffee, for example, with your partner. She will make scandals. She will how can I place it in words? She will provoke you. She will kind of for example, tell you that she will suicide herself if you're not with her, and this kind of stuff. It could be your very best friend telling you that you gotta leave your boyfriend because your boyfriend doesn't deserve you, that she cannot see you suffering like that or see you destroying yourself like that. Basically, such a dramatic person, really annoying one. It is because, and this is all because she lost a very large margin of the attention you previously gave to her. Okay, that will be the reason. In your career, this person will be someone who really wants the things to happen with the magic stick, and they don't realize that it will really paying attention to the details and attending to the details. It is what makes the work good, okay, and profitable, and they're unwilling to do so. This woman is unwilling to do so, and she will be very dramatic about the work she's doing and about the failure she's doing. This basically never will be her fault. This is kind of like we all have these kind of colleagues that regardless of what they do, regardless of how much bullshit they do, it is never their fault. It is always someone else. Either someone else is kind of obstructing them, someone else haven't done their job. It is basically, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that you all know what I'm talking about. Your intentions here, guys, the Hierophant. So talking about a career, Hierophant says that your aims here, Pisces, shouldn't be the monetary increase. Okay, your intentions here about you doing great performance, great job, the things how they're supposed to be done by the book. So it is you following the strict rules written by the books of how the things has to be done. If you're an engineer, for example, like I am, you have to do the things according to the engineering book. If you're a lawyer, you have to start doing. You shouldn't bypass the law and these kind of stuff. Basically, you follow the tradition. If we're talking about relationship here, your intention should be earning the trust of your partner, because believe me, guys, with that card, earning the trust will unlock a brand new sense and definition of love for oneself. Basically, you're gonna, as soon as you find out that your partner trusts you so much unconditionally, and you trust them unconditionally, you will have your new definition for love, which will be true love for the majority of you. Okay, then what you're about to realize, and what the lesson will be, is that money isn't everything. So for you, Pisces, this reading is about realizing that money, they can make you occupied, they can make you from how can I place it in words? They can fulfill your wishes, but they cannot buy you happiness, guys. Money can buy you pills, they can buy you drugs, medical treatment, but the money cannot buy you health, unfortunately. So you're about to realize, Pisces, that money aren't anything, and you're about to realize, Pisces, that you have to work for make your living and not to live for making your work. Okay, so it also speaks that you're going to reevaluate your life and start spending more time for you being happy rather than for you being rich. And the energies, again, at the end, this is the King of Cups. These are energies of healing, and these are energies of you taming down your emotions, energies which are always gonna keep you in track of you making those professional decisions if it is coming to your career. Okay, so your presence will be very, very strong in the place you're working at, and people will come to you for advices. Okay, so they will really believe that you are someone who knows better than them. In relationship, even if your partner is much emotional than you are, this will not aggravate you. Just on the contrary, their emotional instability is going to push you to be even more emotionally stable for them, because otherwise it will be just like outburst and outbreak in one relationship, and the relationship can be strengthened. So those energies, excuse me, will allow none to take advantage of your emotional state. And in the same time, you will be able to express, for example, the deep love you have towards your partner. Is basically, it will be very selective, the expression of the emotions that you have to show in front of the world. Basically, these energies are going to allow you to express emotions in front of the people which they deserve to know how you feel, and the rest you will basically keep for oneself. So that was the tarot scope for the new moon in Taurus, guys. I hope you find it helpful, and if you do, please share the video so it can help more people. If you do want a private reading with me, guys, you can find me at www.tarotpredictions.net. And don't forget to check for the special April sales if you go for that option. That website, if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's also written down in the description of this video. And yeah, people, I hope you pass through that new moon cycle calmly and without much turmoil, and see you people next time. By the way, next time I'll try to figure out how to read and comment, because I do really want to start taking on a couple of questions to 3 questions after the after I'm done with the tarot scope, and I will figure this one out, guys. So yeah, see you next time, people. Bye.